Hey everyone. So I'm not the best orator sometimes, and I feel like sometimes my brain doesn't really make sense. But something really hit me this full moon, and I think it was in Taurus, and I've never felt so much people wishing on your downfall because they're so fucking miserable within themselves. And the type of person that I am, I have an increased amount of empathy. I have high pattern recognition skills, right? And I always see things on the other foot. And I like to give people chances in the sense of, okay, I don't know what this person's been through. Maybe I'm being too judgmental. Maybe they are like this, but you know what? It doesn't mean that I need to see them any less. But now I'm thinking, yes, I'm no better than this person on a human level, but because sometimes I forget that not everybody has the same heart as me, and not to say that I haven't been like not so great of a person, because I have been not so great of a person. I'm not perfect. But at the same time, knowing how much work I've done and how much I'm giving people chances, not everybody deserves access to my energy. And sometimes, like, when you really listen to what people say, like really listen, and you start to trust your intuition, like you start to trust yourself, even though that you have had people have had people in your life that made you doubt yourself, especially while growing up. When you start to actually trust yourself and trust your intuition, nothing can steer you wrong. And I'm not saying you may be wrong or may not be wrong sometimes, like we're all human, but at the same time, I've been questioning myself too much when it comes to people wanting access to me in a way that doesn't serve me. And again, because I am a kind person, and not to say, because I know when people say they're a good person, right? And they're saying they're a good person all the time, they're probably not a good person, but it's not like that. It's in the sense of sometimes you really have to let people where they're at. Let people be where they're at. And honestly, I could see why people don't bother talking to other people sometimes. And I'm not saying to isolate yourself. I'm not saying to shield yourself from the world necessarily. But I could see why people could become kind of cold or standoffish because they know what they provide and they know what people are trying to seek. And lately, I just feel like I've been around people that don't just because they just don't want to do anything to change their life because they think that they can, and they think that this is the reality that they're stuck in when that's not the truth. And to be honest, even though I may understand, I don't need to be around that energy, and I know I don't need to be around people that are wishing on my downfall. And I started crying yesterday, and not even just that, just the things that are going on in the world, just like the whole SNAP benefits thing being cut off, the whole world in war, and all these things in Sudan and Palestine, like that shit, like all the stuff that's going on top of that. But what I will say is that, and I know this is kind of all over the place, I'm never going to let the world change me or change my heart because of the shit that I've been through. I'm not saying that I'm not going to have boundaries now, because those things happen to make me realize that I do need to put boundaries in place. But I'm never going to stop being myself. I'm never going to be bitter because someone else is bitter. I'm never going to be bitter because someone else is doing better than me. I'm going to be happy for them, but that's me. And like I said, those people that secretly give you those backhanded compliments, that don't acknowledge your presence, that, give you unsolicited advice that you never asked for, when really it's just them hating. Stay away from those people and continue to do you. Continue to be yourself. Continue to love on yourself and love on the people that love on you. And even those people that are your family, right? Friends that you've been for years. If they're really not down for you, fuck them. Who gives a fuck if they're family? Who gives a fuck if you've been down with them for 10, 15 plus years? Are they looking out for your best interest? Because you continue to do the same for everybody else. I love you. Peace.